Something really bad happened to me. Really bad. On Valentine's Day. Is this thing on? Okay. This ain't supposed to happen to me. This is how we just gonna go with. We just gonna run with it. You feel me? I am making this video because I ripped my nail completely from my nail bed. It was the worst thing that could have happened to me. It was horrible, horrible, horrible pain. And before y'all come at me saying like, well, why you get your nails so long? Why this? Baby girl, I've been doing this, okay? And I'm gonna keep doing this, okay? First off, let me start off by saying, yes, I do have really long nails. Like, my nails are long. They're really long. They're too long. But that's me. I've always had long nails, and I've been wearing nails like my entire life, like over like 2 decades. Like, I've been getting my nails done literally like for as long as I can remember. I might have like popped my nail, like, you know, like flushing the toilet, or like, you know, you just pop a nail. Never have I experienced ripping a nail from a nail bed, lifting from a nail bed. So basically what happened, it was a couple days ago. It was Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day. I was literally making my last stop. I was driving in the car. I was doing some last minute errands, you know, trying to rush and get home because I have, you know, certain place to be at a certain time, you know, whatever. I'm already like cutting it close, like with the time. So I'm hurrying, I'm rushing, I'm turning the car, trying to park, and oh my God. As I'm like turning like the wheel, all I could just do was like just drop down. Like literally, I felt like my throat go to like my feet. It was, oh my God, I was in so much pain that I was like in shock. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, I heard put the car in park, because literally I was, you know, driving still. So as I'm putting the car in park, I'm just like, oh my God, like how does this happen to me? Like on Valentine's Day, like today, out of all days, like I got somewhere to be right now. Like it was just like the worst thing that could have happened like right then and there. And let me add this too. I am very like athletic. I'm an athletic person. I played sports my entire life. Middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. I played ball in college, all while having my nails done. So I know how to maneuver. I know how to operate with nails. I know, like, I've always had long nails. Like, this is like nothing. This pain that I experienced like right then and there, it was so painful. All I can do was seriously like pinch my finger down like at the base and like just squeeze it, because there was nothing else that I can do that would like alleviate that pain. And I could just remember like just bending down, like bending over in my car, like I can't believe this is happening to me, like, you know, like, oh my God, I was just rethinking so much. And in the meantime, while I'm pinching my finger, like, because that was the only way that I thought that felt right to me at the time to take that pain away. And it's gushing, it's blood, it's coming. So I'm just like, oh my God. So I have to hurry up and go to my glove compartment, like, you know, hurry up and like dry it off with like napkins or like, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, like this is like, I done fucked up. Like, I couldn't even go into the store that I was going into because there was like so much blood. It was like so much pain. So I'm like, you know what, just forget it. I'll, you know, like, they'll understand type. I'm thinking like, I am in pain now. Like now, like this just ruined my plans that I have for the night. Just ruined like everything. Like, oh my God. So thank God I don't live far from the place that I was going to. So I hurried to come back home and my sister's here. So I'm just like, you know, like, oh my God, like look at my finger. Like I'll insert some pictures and videos because I did take some like on my cell phone, like in the meantime, like right then and there. And my sister helped me like as well. But she was just like, oh my God, like how did this happen? And you'll see like my nail was still like long, and it was the way that it was like lifted up from the nail bed it was just, oh my God, like it was it was I can't even explain it. It was just bad. Like, and then like and you know how your nail, like it goes deeper, your nail goes deeper than like just right here. Your nail's like literally like up there. So the part of my nail, it was like hanging out. So it was like my nail was like twisted side. It was weird. I have to put pictures in so maybe you can probably see. So but my nail was like twisted sideways from like the nail bed. I know this look ugly and nasty now, but like it was some pain, girl. I went through something. So like the pain, I would literally say the pain was the worst pain that I think I've ever felt before. And I feel like my pain tolerance is high. So I would say this legit probably was like an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. It was painful, like, and then I was so scared, like, damn, you know, like, what if I get an infection? What if, like, you know, I was just thinking anything, and then not even thinking, like, my finger could get, like, could get taken off or whatever. And having this happen to, like, my my left hand and my thumb, it's like you don't even realize, like, how much this affected like my everyday life. I'm talking about like putting on a shoe, washing the dishes, anything that was hot and cold, like coming by it, it was absolutely like no, like I wasn't having it. Like it was so painful, like all those nerve endings like at the tip, it was absolutely unbearable. It hurt so bad, like I can't even put into words. My nail was long, so me and my sister started like clipping my nail down further and further and further, because every time I would like go do something, I would like bump it or like it was just like you get that same feeling again, like oh my god, this nail has to come off, like there's no way around it. I'm thinking like, do I go like to the nail salon, do I go here? But I couldn't even like think to like get myself together to even like leave the house because I was in so much pain. It was like, this was so painful, like I think I might have shed like a thug tear. I was just like, oh my god, like this is so fucking stupid. Like I wish I would have had like some pain medicine I could just like squirt out of it and rip it off like really fast, but didn't have anything. It was in so much pain. I just took some Tylenol like to help me like right then and there. And then we started like clipping the nail down and down, because every time it was a bump, it was just bad. So I knew like my nail had to come off. I just didn't know how I was gonna get it off. Another thing, I had my fingernail clippers. I was just like, damn, like I had the little fingernail clippers for like hangnails, and I don't have that type of stuff because I always get my nails done like at the salon, so I don't need fingernail clippers. But I did have like the littler ones for like a hangnail. So we're trying to use that one, but mind you, the finger clipper is like so little, and it's only like so wide those like the mouth on those things can like get. So we're trying to clip and clip around, and every clip is just like it's like gouging into my skin. And at this time the skin is like so raw, so fresh, like even to like any wind, anything that would touch it, it was just so painful. I was literally walking around the house like trying to cover it up, and then I was just like so scared for like everything. I was so scared for like an infection, like what if this happens, what if this happens, like all like in that same like the same first like 5-10 minutes, like so many things was like going through my mind. I just didn't know like what else to do. I was really thinking like, if this is not better, does not get better in like a day or two, I'm going to urgent care. At this time, my nail is literally hanging up. Like my nail is almost like at a 90-degree angle, because it like literally lifts all the way up off of my nail bed, right? So at this point, I'm just like, you know what, Cena, if you do not get this nail off, you're going to be in pain every single day until it comes off. Every single movement, every this. You can't do anything, like literally. It's so crazy, the simple things in life that we know we just take advantage. Like I couldn't even put on a shoe. I'm talking about like washing the dishes, washing my hair in the freaking shower. It was like every single thing. And mind you, I'm left hand, so like my left hand is my dominant hand. So of course this will happen to like my left hand thumb. It's almost like and then like to do just like simple things, I felt like I had to armor up. Like it was like hindering me like in a way. And I was able to like, you know, wash dishes or like get in the shower or things like that. I had to like put a band-aid on it, put on the glove, like, you know, make sure it was like wrapped up and like away from like any, if it was like the water would get, like the water was too hot, the water was too cold, it wouldn't be like directly to like the nail bed. So I wouldn't feel it as much. So that was like another thing that I had to do like all the time. I'm a real clean person. Like I'm always putting hand sanitizer on. I'm like an over user of hand sanitizer. And of course you don't want to do that with this fresh nail bed like just out and like, you know, hey, I'm here. So I was just, it was just everything, like my natural like, you know, gestures were like hindered because like this fresh nail bed was out. I sleep like with my hand on my face. Like I know it's just like weird. So I always sleep like with my hand like either under me or like some type of way. It's weird. I don't know, I've always done it. That's just how I sleep or whatever. So I had to start sleeping like with my thumb up, and I was like trying to cover it, and like because I didn't want anything, you know, to touch my face, and I was trying to keep it as clean as possible. So I was like, you know, I had like an antibiotic ointment that I would put on it. I kept it wrapped up like that first day or two because it was so fresh, and it was just any wind. I know I say wind, I'm not outside. I mean like, you know how when you walk, just like the air pushing like towards like, you know, towards your body, that was just so painful. It was really bad. Another thing was like, you know, how am I gonna clean this if I can't stand water being on it? Like if that was too painful, I'm just thinking in my head, how am I gonna clean this? So that was one of my biggest concerns, is how am I gonna clean this? Especially since I knew I wasn't able to handle any water being on it. So I looked up some stuff, and it was like, you know, soak your finger. This was a dumb one. It was like soak your finger with water, with a little bit of peroxide and apple cider vinegar. So I'm like, who you think about to put my raw ass finger in some apple cider vinegar? Like, no. So I did peroxide, and I did like peroxide and like the sea salt and water. But duh, now that you think about it, who will put some salty stuff on some open wound like that? That burned a little bit, so, and I couldn't take that any longer. I could only soak it for like a little bit of time. So I stopped that. So I was just doing like peroxide and water. And after talking to one of my girls, she was like, don't soak it with peroxide. They were saying like that's not good for us anymore because it kills like the good skin and the bad skin, or I don't know. So how I would clean it, the very first time I cleaned it, I had like a little shot glass. I had like a little shot glass. I had sea salt, peroxide, and water, and I soaked my finger in the shot glass. I just filled it up just enough so just the, you know, I could just stick my thumb in there, and then it would just, you know, do its magic or whatever. And I would soak my finger 3 times a day, and eventually like the water it would look like cloudy sometimes, and I'm thinking like that's good because I got all that gunk off my nail. But the sea salt will burn it would burn my finger, and I was just like, okay, this is burning too bad. So I eliminated that, and I just used the peroxide and the water. I was using like some antibiotic ointment on it. I was soaking it, I was soaking my finger like 3 times a day, and like on my nail bed, it was getting like, you know how you have like stuff like through here, like, you know how you might get like fuzzies or like a stuff like that, and it was looking like I don't know how I was getting fuzzies on it because I had it wrapped in a band-aid. And you know, after you soak it, you try to like pull all of that like stuff off to keep it as clean as you possibly can. What is it, like that slimy like film, that slimy film layer over like the top part after I soaked my finger, that was there. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, you know, like maybe, you know, it's doing its own thing, it's healing, you know, my body's gonna heal itself. That's what I kept thinking, like, you know what, it's bad now, but it's going to get better. But I knew I couldn't keep it wrapped up all the time because I didn't want it to get an infection. I had to let it like air out because, you know, when you keep something wrapped up in this, you know, you'll get an infection, especially since I didn't go to like the doctor or anything. Like he didn't put me on antibiotics or anything like that. So I just had like my cleaning solution and just did the best that I could. There was a time that I was getting nervous because like when I had my thumb, I literally couldn't bend it for like a couple of days, and then when I would go to bend it down, it hurt so bad. It literally felt like maybe because this part was like my nail was like detached from my nail bed, that it was like healing like that, because I pushed this down immediately because it was so painful. I just pushed it right back down because I did not want to, like, I knew I couldn't pull it off. I knew I didn't have enough strength in me. I couldn't go through any more pain to rip it off. So as far as like when I would sleep, I would keep it like wrapped up, and it was legit like I was playing like thumbs up, 7-Up when I was like sleeping, because I was just making sure like that that it didn't, you know, bend or anything, because I couldn't take that pain because I know how it felt. And there was a point in time where I was like scared like it was gonna get an infection, because it was like warm to touch and I could see it was like a little discolored. And when I say discolored, I mean bruised, because I think it hit so hard and it ripped so hard from the nail bed that along like my cuticle, it was bruised. So that's why I say it was discolored. I'm trying to see what else I could possibly tell you. I did not go to a doctor. I think it was like that weekend, maybe a little longer. It started to, like, the pain, I could take it, I could tolerate it. I watched so many videos like on it and like how people treated wood. I was actually thinking that I was gonna have to go see a nail doctor, and the reason being is because when my nail ripped off, it didn't fully rip off all the way. It left that top chunk on there. That's why I was thinking, like, you know what, I think I have to go and get my nails removed, you know, because it's gonna grow out, because I know when it happened, my nail bed, it lifted up, so I pushed it back down. You know, I don't want to get an infection under my nail. I was just thinking of so much stuff. I'm thinking like, I can't get my nail cut, my finger's gonna fall off. Like, I was thinking of so much stuff that could possibly happen to me, and I'm, thank God, like, now, what is it, February 28th, I'm recording this video, and I am 1000% feeling better. Like, I could bend my finger. As I said before, I couldn't even bend it. Like, even like to pop my knuckle, it was like a struggle. Like, it was so painful, I couldn't even do it. But I was trying to bend it to keep that you know, to keep that movement in my thumb, because I don't know what, I was just thinking the worst. I truly was thinking the worst. Another scary thing that I was thinking, like, what if my nail bed is damaged and my nail will not grow back? Because I've seen that happen in videos. They're like, oh, I damaged my nail bed, my nail is just not gonna grow back. It's like, what do you mean my nail's not gonna ever grow back? Like I said, now it's 100% like, it's good. I'm not in any pain anymore. My nail bed actually looked like it's healing. I don't know how this is gonna, top part is gonna go. Maybe this part is gonna fall off and then grow out. So I wonder if my nail is gonna grow back just fine. Like I said, I've watched videos of this happen to other girls and their nails grew back just fine. Some say it took like 5 to 6 months, which is absolutely fine. For me, I just, as long as my nail grows back, as long as I have a nail that, you know, that I could possibly, you know, that I can work with, as long as I have a nail back, I'll be fine. But I just don't want this little ugly look. And I hate the look of like, you know, having to have a band-aid on your finger. And if you get your nails done, you know that sometimes your nails might like lift a little bit. But usually like when they lift, they'll lift like around here. Like around, you know, the cuticle area. Not under here. So that was another thing. Like, I felt that pain of like my nail lifting, like, okay, I need to go to the nail shop, because if I bump this is gonna hurt. Like, I am gonna be in pain. So I know that pain compared to like the pain of it lifting from here and like bumping it and knowing how that feels, that pain was like a 2 compared to my nail ripping from the nail bed. And I would say that was like an 8-9, as in like painful. At one point, the tip of my thumb, it was like numb, like a numb tingly feeling. That's when I was like, okay, something is like, you know, wrong. Like, should I go to the doctor? Is this normal? Is this a normal part of healing? I wasn't exactly sure like what I should do. I am just so glad that's over. Like, man. It was the ultimate struggle. I was on the struggle bus. I was struggling, honey. And I know I said like how painful it was, and like, you know, just the overall like healing process of everything. And I know you're probably wondering like, will I get my nails done again? Am I gonna get a fill? Like, am I gonna just, you know, take a break from nails? And I am not gonna get this nail done, but I will continue to get my nails done. Because like I said, I've never ever experienced me ripping a nail from the nail bed. Like I said, I have popped a nail before, but nothing to the point where it ever bled or where it was like, you know, whew, I don't even break nails often. Like, if you know me, you know that, like, you know, you see people who have 3 nails broken all the time. It's just like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you know, like, that's never been me. Like, if I break a nail, like, it had to be something that was like, ooh, or like, or I needed a fill-in, or I'm like overdue, I just haven't had time to go. But so for this to happen to me, and how painful that it was, I would still continue to go to get my nails done. But I would not put a nail on this finger until this is 100% healed, grow all the way out, tough enough to like withstand a nail. And like, you know, that acrylic, because that stuff is like, you know, a little harsh for the nails. So I would have to make sure my nail health was like good before I put anything else like on this finger. I'm good now. I think I'm good. Like, I mean, it looks ugly. I don't care really much how it looks as long as it feels. Like, you know, I could bend it. I could do my everyday things. Like, again, I'm 100% fine, you know, with it. All right, so that is what happened to me. I just wanted to let everybody know, like, don't be afraid to get long nails just because this happened. Seriously, whether you get gel, acrylic, whatever. Like, if you want to get long nails, get long nails. If you want to get short nails, get short nails. This didn't just happen to me because, you know, I had long nails. Maybe it was a combination of like me rushing and then, like, you know, I don't know. Like, okay, I did take pictures and videos of my nail. When it first happened, there was like a little bit of blood and everything like that. So it is a bit graphic. So if you don't want to see that, maybe click off of this video, or if your stomach can't handle it, maybe like zoom past it or something. But there's definitely gonna be pictures of like how it looked like right afterwards. All right, well, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.
Look. And it's like up. Oh my god, look at the difference this side and here. Ouch. This is my nail. This shit hurt like fucking hell taking off.
But so yesterday I broke my nail and I cleaned it really good with some solution. I put some antibiotic ointment on it and I put this band-aid on it, and oh my god, oh man, my nail is completely gone. Like, this is mind-blowing. Okay, so I have to put the light from my phone on it so you can see it, but this is my finger, not my fingernail, because it ain't no nail on there. I'm laughing now, but I sure wasn't laughing yesterday. But this is it. Like, I cleaned it really good yesterday with some solution. I put some antibiotic ointment on it and I put a band-aid on it. That's why it looks like it's all wrinkly and like all of that right there. I'm gonna wash it one more time really good, and I'm gonna leave it uncovered just so it can dry out a bit. And I'll, you know, of course I'll be cautious about where I put it and, you know, what I'm doing around, you know, that. But yeah, this is my finger. No nail me. I don't know how I'm starting off 2020, but this is crazy. It hurts so bad. Like, you would be surprised how, and I'm left-handed too. This is my left thumb. Like, okay, today is the 18th, so this is 4 days of my nail completely ripped from my nail bed. It still hurts really bad if you touch anywhere on the nail bed. I have been soaking it in peroxide and water. I read something to put like a sea salt in there. I added a bit of sea salt the first time, but let me tell you, that burned like no other. So I'm not going to be doing that again, and I'm just gonna see how I feel. Like, maybe I'm gonna wait till Saturday. Today is Monday, to see how it feel, because I don't know if I have to get this, you see the topper part of my nail, I don't know if I have to get that part removed from like a nail doctor or what, or it's just gonna grow out, because it's literally just hanging there. So I'm gonna see if it's gonna grow out on its own or like what that part is gonna do. But this is it. It's still extremely sensitive to like sorry, I'm moving so much. It's extremely sensitive to like wind, hot, cold, everything. I just wanted to show you how it looks 4 days from when it happened. Okay, today is February 23rd. This happened February 14th. So this is how my finger is looking. It looks like my nail bed is starting to like, I don't know, develop some type of hard cast there. I don't know what it's called. Bugs. This is a corner that one whole part was totally ripped from. And I know, don't comfort me, honey, because I've always had long nails. I'm going to keep long nails. Like, I just love long nails. Like, the aesthetic of it is just so like pleasing to me. Like, look, like, they just cute or whatever.